Hello everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft, and I'm starting the month of December off with a Shimelle-inspired layout. So last month, I basically watched her lives long enough to see the sketch that she created, and then I sketched that sketch into my planner or on a spare piece of paper. And so I'm actively going through a lot of those sketches so that I can create something similar to hers and let her inspire me and you know, just allow me to sit down and get creative right away without having to think about, well, where am I going to put these photos and what do I want to use? So this one was really great because she's using items from her main character energy collection, and she has this pattern paper that has, I think they're 3x3 squares. They're cut aparts. So one side is patterns and the other side has words and images on it. So she used some of those to create a grid layout. And I was like, that's so easy. Of course I'll do the same thing. So I have a bunch of photos. So I'm actually going to be using more photos than she did when she created this layout. But, you can use however many photos you want. If you have more of the cut aparts, you can use more of the cut aparts. You can do it however you want. Grid layouts are really, really easy because you're basically just cutting things down into squares and then setting them up in a grid. And you don't have to worry about, well, how should I overlap these photos? Do I have space for all these photos? With a grid layout, you can have space for as many photos as you want. This is obviously going to be a 3x3 grid. So 3 squares at the top, 3 squares in the middle, 3 squares at the bottom. But you could do smaller and make a grid that has like 2x2 squares, or you could do something a little bit bigger. However you want to do it with whatever supplies and photos that you have. So I have 5 photos, and then I'm using 4 of the square cut aparts from her collection. And I chose the one with the rain cloud because it was actually raining the day that these photos were taken. These are photos that are from a Girl Scouts field trip into New York. You've seen me scrapbook a couple of the other photos from this event, but I kept all of these together because they all are photos from the train ride into the city. And so I decided that I would group them together and create a full layout about that. So I'm going through this Echo Park, I can't remember what it's called. It's sort of a boy at play type of collection. And I thought maybe there might be a picture of a train, a train sticker somewhere in this collection. And I didn't find one. I did pull out those other 2 stickers. One of them says hard at play, and I can't read what the other one says. I actually ended up not using them. I liked them, and they could have fit because we were like playing. The girls were earning a toy designer badge, so those stickers sort of fit. But then when it came right down to it, in terms of colors and other sentiments from the main character energy collection that just seemed to go better with everything, I just decided that I would do the main character energy stuff. Now, the background paper is actually Doodlebug from a St. Patrick's Day themed kit. I did not use the side that had St. Patrick's Day stuff on it. I just used the rainbow because the colors were nice and bright, and I thought they would go really well with the main character energy collection. So this is basically one 12x12 piece of paper, a couple 3x3 squares of paper, and then photos. So you don't really need a whole lot. And because those 3x3 squares, some of them already have an image and words on them, I don't really need to do any embellishing on those squares. I will add a couple embellishments on the over some of the photos and some of the other squares. The bottom square is where my journaling is going to be. But you don't need a whole lot for something like this. So that made it really easy and quick to finish this layout up. Now, I will say that there are going to be 2 scrapbook process videos coming up this week, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please consider doing so you don't miss out on those process videos. And what was I going to say? Oh, and give this video a thumbs up like if it's inspiring for you. Here I break out my ruler because I am going to be measuring stuff, trying to make sure that I get the placement of everything just right so that my grid doesn't look lopsided and that it equally takes up enough space all the way around that 12x12 paper. And you'll see that I'm also inking the edges of everything with my Hampton Art black ink pad. I just think it makes things stand out a little bit more, especially when my photos are not matted. I have no matting behind them. You could totally do that if you wanted to. I chose to just keep everything 3x3. Although I will say those cut aparts were a little bit smaller than 3x3, but I think everything still looks pretty even because I cut my photos exactly 3x3. So anyway, but since I know kind of the embellishments that I want to put down, I've got my first row of photos taken care of, and then I'm going to stick the embellishments down because I already know that I want to put them there. So these embellishments are a combination of some old studio tech trick, and I think that tag is from the main character energy collection, and the little word phrases are also from the main character energy collection. So there's some chipboard pieces and there are some flat pieces. I'm really going through my stash and trying to find things that have bright colors and that will be fitting for the set of photos. And I like layering up just the pattern squares with the embellishments. Just because it gives some extra dimension. You still see that pattern, and it just makes it kind of fun. You could do something where you put an embellishment cluster on each square. That would be fun. You also don't have to break out your ruler the way I am. If you don't really care to have everything super lined up, your grid could be a little offset. All the pieces of your grid could be placed at an angle. At different angles. So it looks kind of like wild and wacky, but fun, right? Especially when you're doing something that's just sort of general and you're using a lot of general embellishments and these bright colors too. So yeah, and I do have washi tape on top of some of the faces in the photos just for privacy reasons, but I will remove that before I put this into my album or a page protector. I don't have an album for these photos yet, but I do have page protectors. And the washi tape, I like using washi tape to cover up people's faces because it very easily peels off of the photo. So if that's a concern for you as you are making your own process video or sharing your own work somewhere on social media, you can always just use washi tape. Old washi tape that you don't really care about. Maybe you have a washi tape roll that's kind of got an ugly pattern on it or something. That's usually what I go for first. So definitely use the washi tape to cover up people's faces. And let me know if you're on social media or if you have a YouTube channel, and maybe we should start following each other, right? My social media stuff is linked up in the description box below. So please come follow me there as well. And I would love to follow you guys. I think this online scrapbooking community is so fun. You meet a lot of new people, you make connections with people, you learn so much from everybody. So it's been really fun to have this YouTube channel and have my presence on Instagram and other social media platforms to really connect with other scrapbookers. So I threw some enamel dots onto the cloud cut apart just because I wanted to add some extra dimension to that. And the colors were sort of similar. Those enamel dots were from Simple Stories flea market collection. So I just put 3 in there just to, make it look like some of the raindrops are popping up off of the cut apart. And then down below, I've got some phrase. They're not stickers. They are, I guess, also kind of cut aparts from the main character energy ephemera collection. And I just thought that there were 3 of them, and I thought they would kind of fit well with the theme. I think it says like where, when, there. So I put 2 of them kind of staggered at the top of the photo, and then 1 of them is on the diagonal at the bottom of the photo. And I've got my journaling spot that I'm sticking down there, and then I just need to stick down this last square, and my grid will be complete. I really do hope that you guys leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've ever scrapbooked with a grid design before and what you like about it or don't like about it. And also just say hi if you want. If you don't want to answer my question, you can just say hi and let me know that you were here and watching. Thank you so much for watching the video all the way to the end. It really helps me out. And like I said before, I hope this video is inspiring for you and that there's my kid's hand. She was patiently, not so patiently, waiting for me to finish because she wanted to make her own scrapbook process video, which we filmed, and she took some pictures of her layout. So I don't know. Should I post that? Do you want to see my daughter's scrapbook process video? She wants it to be posted on my channel. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I can. If you guys are interested, I can post it. So let me know. Definitely let me know down in the comments if you want to see her process video. She's 7, so, just humor us. Where was I saying? I hope this video is inspiring for you and that you try your hand at a grid design as well. And like I said before, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more scrapbook process videos. My title right now, I'm doing part of it right on the photo just to cover up some of that negative space. And the title, which part of it is being made with, well, it's all going to be made with Simple Stories paper sticker alphas from the flea market collection. So it's going to be called Come On Ride the Train, like that song that was really popular and played at like all the school dances when I was younger. Right? Come on, ride the train and ride it, choo-choo. I hope you guys remember that. And if you don't remember it, I hope that part, just those lyrics get stuck in your head for the rest of the week. You're welcome. I'm doing 2 different types of alpha stickers just because I wanted the word train to be a little bit bigger, and it's going on top of the journaling spot at that square. So yeah, you could do your journaling. Originally, Shimelle had her title going across the 2 squares in the middle, so like the middle square and the right-hand square. Obviously, I'm not going to put the title right on top of both of my photos, but if you don't have photos there, you could do just regular squares of pattern paper or something, and then make a big title going across the way. Or you can put your title wherever you want. But there are lots of options for where to do the title and how to do the title, again, depending on what products you have, what photos you have, and just kind of what you want to do. I love doing sketches from Shimelle, just basing my stuff off her sketches as opposed to doing a scrap lift of her finished project, because I feel like with sketches you just get to do, you just get to be a little bit more creative, and it's basically like, here are the bones of a scrapbook layout, now do with it what you will. So that's why I like just scrapbooking off of her sketches and using sketches in general. I'm just going to add a few little heart stickers from the Simple Stories flea market collection. I think I put a few other enamel dots around the layout as well, just to kind of, build things up a little bit more, have some more visual interest going on the pieces that didn't have anything. And then I'm going to do some splattering, and I think I'm using my yellow, the Tim Holtz lemonade color, which is so fun and so bright and looks so great. And then my daughter saw me do this, and she had to do splattering on her layout. We had no spills. That's what I was worried about, that she was going to dump this whole bottle of Tim Holtz color onto everything, and no spills. So that was good. You got to have splatters. You got to finish up a layout with splatters. That's my motto. Here are the close-ups. I hope they give you a little bit closer look at some of the details that are on this layout. And once again, I hope you try your hand at a grid layout as well. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Happy scrapping.